Greetings and salutations. Welcome to another episode of 365 Days of Gaming. I appreciate you taking out time to check out this video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Greatly appreciate it, so thank you in advance. Now, during the PlayStation and 64 era, they always talked about how good the 64 wrestling games were. And they really were. I will admit that they were some fantastic games. I really enjoyed them. But I always felt like the PlayStation got undersold. Yeah, some of the earlier games weren't quite on par. But there's a certain game in particular I want to show you today, which is WWF SmackDown 2. Now that game became what was like the format. So when you end up getting like Here Comes the Pain and things like that, which are widely regarded as one of the best wrestling games ever, it is based on the SmackDown series that started on the PlayStation. And this game means a lot to me because we spent hours upon hours upon hours playing the season mode. So it's me, my cousin Pierre, my friend Kennard, and my friend Travis, and we all have characters. And this was the birth of my created character, who did not make it past this particular SmackDown, but he was called The Flame, and he was essentially Sting, but in WWF, and it was like Wolfpack Sting, and he had the sharpshooter, Scorpion Deathlock. But he also had like, a bunch of other like Japanese wrestler finishers like the Emerald Flojan and all those other things. Because, he's a creative character, so I had to juice him up. But my cousin Pierre would play Jeff Hardy, and Kennard would play Triple H, or his variation of the modified Triple H he made. And then Travis would play the modified version of Stone Cold that he made. And what was really cool about the season mode is, one, it was drop in, drop out at any time. So people could leave or not be around, and we would just keep it going. And they would have all of these like cutscenes that will let you know what was going on and kind of storylines, and you would have to make choices on joining these people or aligning yourself with these people or not taking somebody's offer, or you get jumped backstage and you got to fight, you got to defend yourself. And this variety of things that happened throughout the season mode, which was also how you unlocked all of the other secret wrestlers like Stone Cold, Mankind, and some other ones. You had to do it by playing the season, which I don't even know how many years you could go, but I know we went at least like 10 years deep. Like, that's how much we played this game. And it was just an incredible time. It felt like we had a chance to like recreate what was happening every week on Raw and SmackDown on the PlayStation. And it was like one of the coolest things. And I've never understood why they kind of went away from that. And even now with like the GM mode in the newest wrestling game, it's not bad, but if you could just add the cutscenes in there, make some choice type of things. I know they have like the rise to, superstardom modes or whatever, but I'm talking about something where you can have multiple people, doing this and jumping in and jumping out. It felt like just one of the best versions of a wrestling mode that we ever had. And we played this, just so much. Like, you would turn on each other. Somebody would, you want to get a shot at the title. Let's say the Flame has it, and Triple H wants the belt, and so I'm watching him make these choices. He's sitting next to me, and they're like, "Do you want a title shot? Because if you do, you got to go against your boy." And he's looking at me like, "I want the title shot." And sometimes that would work out in his favor. Sometimes I would retain, or I might have a tag team run with Pierre, or I might try to get the Intercontinental belt, or somebody might try to make me go after the hardcore belt, just whatever was going on. And it was just, even if the cutscene started to repeat after a while, we didn't care. This was just like, it was pro wrestling, and we had a say so in it. So it was an incredible experience. Plus it's 4 players, and so you could have, we had the multi-tap going, and you could have a fatal 4-way or a Royal Rumble, and we're all in there trying to survive, and sacrifices got to be made. But it was just incredible to enjoy and experience. And it was one of those like time periods where there was a lot of shenanigans going on in my life, but when we all came together to play this game, everything was kind of good for the moment. So I always hold this game in really high regard, and I'm always waiting to see what they do with the next games, if they're going to ever replicate what we got out of that season mode. If you know what I'm talking about, please let me know your stories about this mode. Who are your favorite wrestlers? This is the Attitude Era. This is peak WWF right now. Like, you got Stone Cold, The Rock, Triple H, Undertaker, Kurt Angle, just the Radicals. Like, you have so many different groups and so many different wrestlers who either were hitting their peak or would go on to peak or become even bigger stars. And fantastic. You know, the amount of creativity you can do with the Hell in the Cell and TLC and all these other different match types. Great. You could do elimination style for fatal 4-ways, or you could do first pin wins. Just all of the gameplay was fast paced. It was frenetic. It was, you know, you could counter so many different moves. And then whenever you hit your special, you see the smackdown pop on the screen, which was kind of heartbreaking if it was happening to you. And I would like to hear all of your stories about these things happening, even if I was involved in your story, because I know some of my people like to comment, and I really appreciate y'all when y'all do that. So even if it doesn't make me look the most positive, I'm okay with that, especially if I won't. But I want to hear your stories, and I appreciate you taking out time to reminisce with me. Y'all have fun. Y'all be safe. Peace.